My life is always on constant overtime of producing work for myself, producing work for other people, choreographing. I'm also a costume designer, so I have to design my own clothes as well and also for other people who might be in my show. I work as a teacher, teaching theater, whether this is of English or teaching arts for the English. I am an activist to a certain standard, and I also work at a cafe in Kreuzberg. So I am always doing something. I'm always have my hands on something. There isn't a day where I'm not actually just not doing anything. It can get a bit exhausting, but I live in the chaos. So the work never stops. But I know that I work better when my hands are with multiple hats. Multiple hats. Boom. One, boom. Another hat. Here's the choreography hat. Here's the producing hat. Here's the acting hat. And sometimes having all the hats on at one time is exhausting. The only time that it's not chaotic is when I'm asleep. Take a nap. If you're cranky, it means you have not eaten, you have not had water, and you have not taken a nap. Please take a nap. I find it highly rechargeable. Yeah. It's like sex. Sex is highly rechargeable too. I kind of love it. I live off the thrill of things being so last minute, and that's kind of been my life is, I've got a project that's due by Saturday, and I'll be working on it Thursday, Friday, up till Saturday, sewing as I'm walking on stage, This is for now. Since I'm only 2.5 years here in Berlin, it takes time for trees to grow. It takes time to find the good soil, plant the good seeds. Some of those plants may die. I've started to grow some trees that have blossomed and, grown to fruition. I still have some growing to do. I still have some more activism to do. Of course, me living in a chaotic world, and me also wanting to come back into my shelter to kind of like regrow. It does take time. It will take more than just 2.5 years to do that. Some people work a little faster. Some people work a little slower, kind of in between. So I think if I can get another 2 years, I think that I would be able to hit a market here in Berlin and make it keep growing outside of Berlin, so then I can reach all of Germany. More time, a little bit more time to kind of reach more people out there with the type of work that I'm doing, or we're doing here as POC folks. Time equals money, and you have to make sure that you budget how much time, because if you say I'm going to use all of this time for one project to try to change the world, and then you only have this much time to work to actually make money, you're not going to be able to fill that big project, right? So you have to balance how much work can I do for how much money I can get, and balance how much time and for this other project, so that I can still sustain my own life as well and be comfortable, so that I can fulfill this big project here. So this is the reason why I teach. This is the reason, it's also another way of me being an activist as well too, is having a gay black man, American, here in Germany, teaching German white students about English and my own culture and who I am as a queer performer. But yeah, the work that we do as POC can only hit a certain amount of audience, and I would eventually like to get paid more to do that. I mean, we're deserving of it. I mean, will that happen in the next 5 years? Who knows? Oprah, if you hearing this, Tyler Perry, I know y'all some billionaires. we got entrepreneurs out here trying to make a change out here as well. So if you want to give us some money, that would help. But it's going to take a long time to get to that point where we're actually acknowledged for the work that we do and the amount of money that needs to be paid for us to do it. I've always been a hustler. I've always been a hard worker, even when I've done theater back in the States. Was that if I believe in a project and I believe in whatever number I'm doing, I will work as hard, even though if I know I'm not getting paid for it, just to make sure that I fulfill my own vision. And if one person came up to me and said, you know what, you've actually changed my life on just this performance, I know that that overtime work that I've done is worth that.
Okay, that's a wrap.